Welcome back to this amazing collaboration between myself and KiKi. So, last time we had a little bit of introduction onto what we were doing and why we were doing it, and then a little bit of a chat on what a fever was. Today we're gonna explore something that, again, I think a lot of people either have or they know somebody who has, and that's something simple, that's high blood pressure. So simply put, what is high blood pressure? You know, a basic understanding of it is you've got your heart that's pumping away. Now the heart is pumping against a bit of resistance, so a bit of force pushing back on it. That's coming from the rest of the body because there's other things in the way. You know, it's kind of like a traffic jam. You know, the more shops you put on the road, the more cars you put on the road, the more pressure and congestion you're going to have. So normally what the heart does is, you know, the left side of it, it just pumps away and it pushes that blood throughout the rest of your body, getting to the organs, getting to the skin, the little bits of tissues and little cells at the very tips of your fingers. And that's nourishment. Now, as you get older, there's a couple of factors that get into play that I'm not going to really go into that makes the resistance higher, so makes there more congestion in a sense. So your heart has to actually work harder at a higher pressure to get the same amount of blood to areas that it did before at a lower pressure. Now, is that bad in a short-term period? Not really. But, you know, the body's norm is to do this, to cycle for high pressures, low pressures, high pressures, low pressures. What really matters truly is what that average is. So over a long period of time, what is your blood pressure doing and how high is it over a long period of time? Because we know high pressure for a long period of time causes damage, really damage to the heart, because as it's working harder, kind of like a bodybuilder, it has to build more muscle. But that muscle makes it a little bit stiffer and doesn't allow it to feed itself with the blood it needs to nourish itself properly. The other thing is higher pressures at the ends of the organs, so at your kidneys, at your liver, you know, at the blood vessels, actually causes damage. You know, it's kind of in a silly way saying that if I was sitting on your chest for a long period of time, after a while that's going to start hurting and you kind of want me to get off. Now that's not exactly what happens, but it simply put, high pressures on other organs and all the blood vessels causes damage. And that can lead to things like heart attacks, can lead to things like strokes, can lead to things like kidney failure. So what is important over that short period of time is understanding how you as a person are getting this pressure. So sometimes it's too much salt in your system. Sometimes it's the blood vessels are narrowing over a period of time. You know, how exactly this relates to you, you and your doctor can explore a little bit better. But the principle is high blood pressures over a long period of time causes damage to other areas of the body that's not just your heart, that eventually will cause bigger problems. And the best way to go about it not only is through that lifestyle, losing weight, you know, maintaining a normal, healthy diet with less salt, but it's also taking into account other medications that can help bolster you and really help you through your life and have a better quality of life. So, my name's Dr. Teague, and welcome.